Page 60, Song of Joy, or Ode to Joy. Ode is a song. 4/4 time. This is a Beethoven piece. Again, it's like a lead sheet. They give you the chords, you get to improvise something underneath. Except here, a lot of chords in the right hand where you're using, and you can go ahead and use the same pattern here. And again, so on this, I'm just going to keep my hand in that position, let the little finger. Measure 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth until I get next line. Measure 9. Now you're here. You end in measure 8 here. Lift up and move. G sharp here. The thumb down. That's G natural. And then back to what you were doing. I'm just aiming one finger and letting it go because it's the same pattern each time. So once you got the idea of what's going on in the right hand, then we can try adding these chords in the left hand. Well, first, make sure you got the chord. So we'll just play a block chord, and they give you we're starting with the C chord, then a G chord. Now I'm going to use, I could go up here, but I'm going to use the inversion. Where I'm just here. It's first inversion, because that way my hand doesn't have to move around. So again, at the beginning, C, G, G, C. This is fun. Let's go down to the 4th line, measure 10, because all we're doing is this C and G. Now here we got this starting out with G chord, C chord, G chord, now an E chord. Well, an E chord is here, but I'm down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go here. That's an E chord in 2nd version, because that's where my hand is. So the G chord was here. Now what I'm going to do is play an E and a G sharp. So it's, and then an A minor. D chord, again, a D chord is here, but I'm going to put the A on the bottom because that's where I'm here. A minor's here, a D chord, I'm going to keep the A and go here. Experiment with these because my hand doesn't move around so much. So it's here. Here, and then I go back to what I was doing before. Get an idea of the chords. Now what you can do, and what they're suggesting on 61, rather than playing the chords, because you got chords in the right hand, and it gets really heavy if you play all these chords in the left hand too. So maybe we just play one note. We'll play the root. C, G, so these chord names up above, well, that's actually going to be the notes you play. Just one note. Go back down to measure 10. Let's try it there. We got G. We'll play an E there. A, D, G. I'm just playing the name of the note of the chord is all. Just playing the root. You can do that. I did them pretty much as whole notes or whenever I changed chords, but again you can change the rhythm, you can do anything you want with it. It's just you and your creativity as to what you do. Make this up. I could play an Alberti bass. It's in 4/4 time. Doesn't sound real good, but it could anyway. I probably wouldn't. See, the idea is you have to judge on the sound. If you like the sound, good enough. But if it doesn't sound too good, that may not work. Let's try something else, type thing. It's not like there's a right or wrong answer here. You just got to experiment and try different things out, different patterns. How about broken bass, octaves here? On C, I could go here. But you're moving around there, so you have to watch out. Can you do that? Maybe half notes. something like that. They've added pedal here because you kind of got to connect this together, and it's nice to have the overtones. This was written for orchestra, so you can have lots of overtones, but you don't want to smear it up too much. So you just push the pedal down and change the pedal every time they say to. I'd like to hear the phrasing though, so I'm going to lift the pedal up with the hands between the phrases. It's like a breath. Then you go on, yeah. And that's sort of what we do in Song of Joy. Just have fun with it, experiment.